Being 7 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Bosphus.
Here.
Commissioner Bauer.
Here.
Commissioner Gage.
Here.
Commissioner Gary.
Here.
Commissioner Lynn. Commissioner Ostrow.
Here.
Commissioner Twardy.
Commissioner Gage.
I move that we excuse Commissioners Lynn and Twardy.
Support.
Okay. I understand Commissioner Lynn is out of town and Commissioner Twardy is, her dad is still dealing with some medical situation. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I would ask that those with cell phones, if you would please put them on vibrate or silence them, we would appreciate it. This time, item number 1 is public comment on scheduled agenda items. Any person may reserve time to speak on an agenda item, not to exceed 3 minutes per person. Anyone in the audience like to speak on an agenda item? Okay. We'll go to item number 2 is the consent agenda. Deputy City Manager.
Under the consent agenda, A, minute approval. 1, approval of the minutes of the regular City Commission meeting of November 7th, 2016. Recommended action, approve the minutes of the regular City Commission meeting of November 7th, 2016. Item 2, acceptance of the minutes of the following boards and commissions. A, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority of October 11th, 2016. B, Economic Development Corporation of October 11th, 2016. And C, Local Development Finance Authority of June 28, 2016. Recommended action, accept the minutes of the various boards and commissions. Item B, communications. 1, from the Community Services Board. Proposed summer and winter recreation user fees for 2017-2018. Recommended action is to adopt the presented recreation user fee schedules. Item 2 under communications is from the Sault Ste. Marie Area Public Schools. Request for the city to collect the 2017 summer property taxes for the Sault Ste. Marie Area Public Schools. Recommended action, authorize the agreement for the collection of the 2017 summer property taxes for the Sault Ste. Marie Area Public Schools, and authorize the city finance director and city clerk to execute said agreement. Item C, City Manager's Report. 1, Kent Marina Wave Attenuator Repairs Budget Adjustment. Recommended action, approve the necessary budget revision for the additional work associated with the repairs to the Kent Marina Wave Attenuator project in the amount of $1,200 with funding coming from the contingency fund.
Okay, thank you. Is there any commissioner that would like something further explained on the consent agenda? Commissioner Bauer.
Yeah, I did notice that there seems to be a mistake on the minutes of the previous meeting off the bat, as it says moved by Commissioner Lynn, supported by Commissioner Lynn, that the absence of Commissioner Twardy be excused. That's not possible. Now, I don't remember who made the motion.
I don't think there's a support needed for, is there support needed for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who would like to have done that? Commissioner Bauer or Commissioner Ostrow? You did it, okay. We'll make that change. Anyone else? Commissioner Bauer.
Yes, I move that as that has been amended, we pass the consent agenda.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Mayor Bosphus?
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer?
Yes.
Commissioner Gage?
Yes.
Commissioner Gary?
Yes.
Commissioner Ostrow?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Item 3, communications. A, from the Downtown Development Authority, request for resolution in support of the Downtown Development Authority Main Street.
Okay, thank you. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. As commissioners are aware, the Sault Ste. Marie Downtown Development Authority is in the process of applying to become a select-level Michigan Main Street community. At the DDA's October 2016 meeting, the board voted to pass a resolution committing to adopt Main Street principles and practices if the city is chosen as a select-level Main Street community. This resolution from the DDA board is required by the Main Street application process and lays out certain requirements such as the continued employment of a full-time director. The Main Street application process also requires the city to pass a resolution in support of the Main Street program. The application process highlights collaboration between the DDA and the city, such as the use of tax increment financing and the support that city staff lends from various offices to the mission of the DDA and what would be the mission of Michigan Main Street select level activities. It should be noted that Michigan Main Street embraces a 4-point approach, which include the principles of organization, promotion, design, and economic restructuring. Importantly, the program emphasizes community engagement, consensus building, and collaborative decision-making. It represents an innovative and exciting approach to enriching and benefiting downtowns. Throughout 2016, the DDA and a wide variety of partners has taken a number of steps to prepare for this application, and it's appropriate to recognize those individuals who have contributed significantly to this effort. These individuals include Michelle LaJoy, Steve Twardy, Aaron Paymont, Abby Baker, Ben Duff, Carl Stutzner, Debbie Jones, David John, Greg Collins, Jeff Hagan, Josh Billington, Les Townsend, Linda Hoth, Marla Bunker, Marta Diaz, Commissioner Bauer, Ray Bell, Tony Holler, and Scott Parker, and also those businesses that have engaged with the process and contributed and pledged over $30,000 to this effort. As noted previously, acceptance into the Michigan Main Street program would make Sault Ste. Marie the only select or master level community in the Upper Peninsula to be a select level community and would lead to over $250,000 in technical assistance from the state and enhance the city's competitiveness in certain grant programs. Accordingly, it's my recommendation that the City Commission adopt the resolution that is placed in front of it for its consideration. Thank you, Mayor and Commission.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Bauer.
Yes. This is very exciting. I think that it's something that everybody can get on board with, should get on board with. You heard the very impressive list of people who are already supporting this, who have been to meetings, who have been through the discussions. Of course, $250,000 in potential technical support doesn't hurt. So therefore, I move that we adopt the Main Street package as presented.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Gage,
Yes.
Commissioner Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Osterhout,
Yes.
Mayor Bospis.
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. And we'd certainly like to thank the folks that have been truly involved in that list that the city manager pointed out, have been real involved in making this happen. And as Commissioner Bauer said, the $250,000 minimum technical assistance over a 2-year period, I think, which the select level Main Street program is a good program, and it would really help. It brings the community together, as we've been told, and you have a lot of folks in the downtown and others volunteering, putting on a number of events as a cadre of a group of people. So it's important. So it would make Sault Ste. Marie additionally better than it is at this point. So okay. Next item.
From the Sioux Theater Project, request to prioritize restoration of the historic Sioux Theater by the 350th anniversary of Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay, thank you. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. As is outlined within the memorandum, the Sioux Theater Project is a fully operating live performance theater and arts education venue that has been growing since 2003. The organization got its start when a group of individuals created the Sioux Theater Project Incorporated and purchased the historic but then dilapidated and vacant Sioux Theater for $85,000. Through fundraising and various grants, including a $100,000 Cool Cities grant issued in 2005, the Sioux Theater Project brought life back to the front portion of the building, a building that has been critical for the downtown as well as the entire eastern Upper Peninsula. Every year, the Sioux Theater Project produces a number of highly successful live performances in the theater auditorium during the summer season. The educational program enrolls nearly 150 students each week during the school year for lessons and classes in music, dance, and visual theater arts. Each summer, over 100 students participate in musical theater, arts exploration, vocal, strings, and preschool day camps, where children and adults participate to further explore the arts and hone their skills. As noted, the Sioux Theater Project has received some improvements but remains partially restored at this point. The Cool Cities grant in 2005 allowed the theater to remodel just the building storefront, while the historic theater auditorium, the roof, and the second floor do not remain usable. Over the past few years, the following steps have been taken to fully restore the historic theater, including holding a design charrette with the users of the theater, which identified specific use needs throughout the building. And then based on the charrette findings, Mr. Pat Egan donated $16,000 for architectural renderings and cost estimates to kickstart the process of renovation further. The theater project hired Triangle Associates out of Grand Rapids, which completed a report showing approximately $7 million which would be needed to fully restore the theater. Triangle Associates' plan was then used over the past year by Mr. Bob Tracy of Source Restoration Engineering to identify specific engineering needs based on the conceptual plans and identify a more specific budget for the outside of the building and the roof. Mr. Tracy's budget and engineering report resulted in a $50,000 matching grant being awarded from the Michigan's Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs to be spent on roof repairs by the fall of 2017. With these steps being taken, the theater is ready to commit to fully revitalizing the Sioux Theater by the city's 350th anniversary of its French settlement, which occurs in 2018. Such a project can be successful with the active support of the community at large. As noted within a memorandum, people need to see the Sioux Theater project as a viable organization in the heart and commit to making the restoration a reality. And accordingly, it's my recommendation that the City Commission adopt a motion recognizing and supporting the Sioux Theater's project's efforts to achieve restoration in time for the city's 350th anniversary in 2018. Thank you, Mayor and Commission.
Okay, thank you. And just to add a little bit, this tremendous undertaking by another group of people that have been involved since 2003. Getting certain amounts of money, but never the large bump of money that you really need. And $7 million certainly seems like an awful lot of money, but it's the core of the city. When you think about Sault Ste. Marie, and there are particular buildings that must be operating in order for the city to be successful, the Sioux Theater is one of those buildings that, in order for the downtown to be successful, it has to be operating and functional, and it's been doing that. But in order, I think, to put a cap on it, and it needs a new roof, it needs a heating system. Folks need help, and certainly a activity that will bring additional monies to the Sioux Theater project is certainly an important part of this community, and certainly supported by the commission as well as many others. So. There's a recommendation here, but I know there's an awful lot of work that's going to need to be done and continues to be done by the folks that continue to make this building viable. With that, Commissioner Gary, would you like to make the motion?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the motion recognizing and supporting the Sioux Theater project's efforts to achieve restoration in time for the city's 350th anniversary celebration in 2018.
Support.
It's been supported, and we have here tonight Ken Miller, who wants to say a few words, I believe. Or Colleen Arbic, another person who's been involved in a very long time. Would you like to come to please, why don't you come to the mic, Colleen, so folks at home can hear you.
I'm Colleen Arbic. I'm president of the Sioux Theater Project, and I'd like to introduce some of the board members that are here.
Sure.
Abby Baker, Elizabeth Jenkins Dale, Martha Cowan, our artistic director, Karen Hughes Beacom, is here, and our tech director, Taylor Brugman, is here, and some of our students and their parents. And I'm going to turn it over to Ken to continue this. Thank you very much for letting us do this
Sure.
presentation.
Thank you for your efforts too, Colleen, and the board. It's a labor of love, as they say.
Thank you very much, Colleen, and thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I had a 45-minute presentation for you, but you took it all. You said everything, so I guess I'll have to keep it down to just a few minutes.
I know you have a lot of important things to say, so.
So, at any rate, a little bit about me. I think everybody here knows me, but when I retired from the library, I didn't have a whole lot to do and was looking for some volunteer work to do. And it turns out that the Sioux Theater needed management help at the time, and I was able to come on board as part-time executive director. And my job there is to look at the broad view, take the broad view, look at strategic planning, financial planning, and management, and our yes. Our capital campaign. I'll get it out. It'll come out sooner or later. So the mission of the Sioux Theater is to to provide the opportunity and for people to participate in and appreciate the arts. And that's pretty broad, and that's what we do, as you indicated. And in order to show you what we have done in a little more detail, I'd like to show a short video that we put together, and it ends kind of abruptly because it was very long, and we edited it back. So if we could show the video now, I'd appreciate that.
The Sault Theatre opened in March of 1930 when there were several movie theaters in Sault Ste. Marie. The interior must have been elegant. Although we have no photos, the March 12, 1930 issue of the Evening News describes the multicolored walls, Moorish architectural features, gold around the proscenium and pillars, elegant light fixtures, all projecting the feeling that you were entering a Spanish palace, according to one advertisement in the newspaper. Although the Sault Theatre is remembered by most as a movie theater, the public also enjoyed shows on stage, vaudeville shows, plays done by students at the Sault branch of Michigan College of Mining and Technology, the predecessor of Lake Superior State University, concerts, hypnotists, magicians, high school dances, and community events. For nearly a half a block along Ashmont Street in front of the theater auditorium, the Sault Theatre building housed 4 stores and 9 apartments above the stores. Many different stores occupied the storefronts over the years, except the space adjacent to the theater entrance. The American Cafe was operated by 2 generations of the Gianakura family and was a favorite eatery in Sault Ste. Marie for nearly 60 years. In 1974, block walls were built that hid the stage and divided the auditorium into the red and blue cinemas. The decor modernized inside and out. The theater closed in 1998 and was put up for sale. The Sault Theatre Project Incorporated acquired the complex in March of 2003, thanks to generous donations from businesses and individuals, hundreds of volunteer hours, and several fundraisers. The building was cleaned up, major problems were fixed, and many improvements were made in the first 2 years. In 2005, the dividing walls came down, thanks again to in-kind service and volunteers. The theater auditorium and its stage were one space again. Volunteers had a lot of fun with a fundraiser, The Curtain Can't Go Up Until the Wall Comes Down. August 5th and 7th, as part of the Sault Lock Sesquicentennial, variety shows with local talent lit up the 75-year-old stage. Both shows sold out, giving the Sault Theatre Project and the community a taste of things to come. Also in 2005, a Michigan Cool Cities grant was awarded to build dance and music studios in the former storefronts. Sault Theatre Project took over empty storefronts with outdated wiring, no heating system, and no bathroom. After a lot of hard work by a lot of wonderful volunteers and generous donations of money and services, STARS was born. Since September of 2005, the studios have been in constant use, with students of all ages taking classes, camps, workshops, and having fun with the arts. Many of the students have appeared on stage in productions at Sault Theatre and elsewhere. Youth orchestras, adult string groups, a flute choir, choral groups, and pit orchestras for productions and other groups have all formed at the Sault Theatre Project. Lots of work has been done since STP took over the theater building in 2003. Much of it is not visible to the public. In late 2006, a windfall of theater equipment was given to the Sault Theatre by Mackinac Crossings in Mackinac City. In addition to complete sound and light systems, 750 theater seats were installed in precise formation. An original mirror frame discovered in the former American Cafe was reinstalled after being meticulously restored. Walls and lighting in the hallway and lobby of the theater were restored. Other work included major updates to wiring, new rigging above the stage, painting in the auditorium and the dressing rooms, the projection booth redo, and constant upgrades too numerous to mention. All this work has helped make the building more usable and safer. Financial support, in-kind contributions, and thousands of hours of work by tireless volunteers helped to make transformation possible.
all of that work has gone into the theater, but we can still only use it half of the year. We don't have heat in the auditorium, and we have a long way to go, as you heard, to restore the theater. $7 million to $7.5 million, according to the Triangle Associates. We've taken that restoration project and broken it up into phases to make it more palatable, so that we can swallow it a little bit at a time. Phase 1 is the envelope, which is the entire exterior, the roofs, and heat. The Raise the Roof campaign that you've heard about, the concerts, that's just the beginning of Phase 1, and we're going to continue with that. Phase 2 is renovation of the studios and the gutted upstairs. It includes adequate bathrooms for the auditorium. We have a 700-something seat auditorium, and we have bathrooms with 2 stalls per gender. That's just not adequate. And it includes an elevator because we have to get people up to that second floor. Phase 3 is the total restoration of the auditorium to its 1930s grandeur. So we've been working on Raise the Roof and new grants and funding. The Raise the Roof campaign and donations have raised just over $24,000 thanks to Abby Baker and her work with the concerts. Abby, thank you so much for all that work. It's amazing what you've done. We've got the MCACA matching grant of $50,000, and I'd like to, this year, and I'd like to emphasize that's a matching grant. We have to raise an additional $50,000. Because of Abby, we've got half of it already. But we still have a lot of work to do, and I'd like to thank Justin Nepper for helping me write that grant, and he was instrumental in helping us get it. And a smaller grant that I'd like to point out is thanks to Kathy Abramson and support of the Sioux tribe and the Bay Mills tribe, we received $5,000 from the Shakopee tribe in Wisconsin. And Kathy went out there and talked to them, and we received money from a source that we didn't expect. Local donors will need to raise about $30,000 to make the MCACA match. But we're not going to stop there. The total cost for that we'll raise this time around is about $100,000 for half of our 4 roofs. We have 4 roofs on the building. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to continue on with a capital campaign that we're going to start in January. And this, tonight, is the first phase in that and getting your support. We really thank you very much for that. I'd like Colleen to come back up and talk to you just a little bit, we're almost done, a little bit about our programming.
Colleen?
Sioux Theater Project's professional faculty has had a successful arts program, arts education program, going now for 11 years. We've mentored hundreds of students of all ages in music, dance, theater arts, and visual art. We've had over 75 performances in the historic theater in the summertime. We've had Broadway musicals, operas, a variety of other performances, plus some movies in the recent years. Hundreds of local people have had the opportunity to hone their acting skills and musical skills under the tutelage of professional directors and musicians. Sioux Theater Project continues to help the economic activity in Sault Ste. Marie and the entire Eastern Upper Peninsula by giving many talented people a chance to earn money doing what they do best and by bringing people into our downtown. When this historic gem is fully restored, the possibilities for everyone to participate and appreciate the arts will be multiplied many times. There's something for everyone at Sioux Theater Project. You never know what's going to happen next.
Because I'm
That's probably a first.
So I'd like to know which one of you, when you were that age, would go to a commission meeting and sing. At this point, I was going to make a pitch for all of you to vote for the Sioux Theater project, but I'm happy to know that you already did that. I'd like to thank you very much on behalf of these children, on behalf of all the children that come to the Sioux Theater project, on behalf of all of the elders who come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken. And I understand that in today's terms, that was called a flash mob. Very nice group of young ladies performing, and very well done. Good luck to certainly the Sioux Theater project. Yeah, well, but it was very nice, very well done. And we have a motion on the floor, right? And we have support. Commissioner Bauer.
I wanted to mention that a year ago when the Michigan Municipal League Convention was in Traverse City, we had the opportunity, some of us, to go and see what they've done with their theater, and Commissioner Gage and I were there and talked to the people who were responsible for that. And they had advice on, if you had that sort of thing. And we're not alone. There are other theaters in the UP, I know, and also throughout northern Michigan that towns are trying to revitalize. And how they did it, and they strongly suggested that we do this. The first thing you need is, someone who's got a whole lot of money, like a Michael Moore type. And if you can get a Michael, which is who they got, you can get Michael Moore on your side, then then they can make some calls and you can just make it happen like that. It's like, well, thanks for that advice. Why don't you just tell us to take our $30,000 and buy lottery tickets with it? Really is probably more viable, because I really don't. I hate to be negative, and I'm not, but if we're going to do this, it's going to have to be, everyone coming together and doing smaller parts and not relying on a person like Michael Moore to come and make some phone calls to Hollywood, and then the money will just come flying in. I couldn't even believe they said that. You remember that? That was incredible, to me, anyway. But success has many fathers and mothers in this case. And I think that this is going to work, and we need to inject a little more energy, because there was that first 2 years and everyone was really on board, and then it has kind of, I think you kind of get focused on the day-to-day running and the operation and everything. And there's not a whole lot of time for that extra boost of energy, which this project really needs. And hopefully we can have that with the coming of the 350th anniversary. So.
And just a word of a benefactor, they're out there. And it's, if you can just reach the one individual that can put you in contact with another individual that might have a place in their heart that would give those kind of monies that you're going to need, because ultimately, we've been doing this for 11, 12 years, and I'm looking at Taylor Brugman and Colleen, who over this 10, 12-year period, you guys haven't aged a bit, so I'm guessing that you might be looking at the fountain of youth in getting involved in the Sioux Theater project. Keeps people pretty much aging at a standstill, so there you go. Seeing Taylor on the, and when you got the donation from from Mackinac City, and you put all the electricity in, all those wires you're looking at, I thought, I can't believe it. But you're a talented individual for sure. So good luck to the Sioux Theater. But people are out there if you can touch the right button, and good luck to the folks that are part of this group, because it's going to take a huge effort, but it's doable with a lot of effort, and a lot of cooperation. So good luck on behalf of the city. Anyone else? A roll call, please.
Commissioner Gage,
Yes.
Commissioner Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Ostrow,
Yes.
Mayor Bosmas.
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to stick around for the rest of the meeting, you're certainly welcome to. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Abby. We'll just wait a second here for them to clear the room. Okay, item number 4 is the city manager's report. City Manager Turner.
Thank you, Mayor. Item A, under the city manager's report, would provide for conceptual approval for the reconfigured Fred R. Manny Bichet Room Improvement Project. On this matter, I've requested that Parks and Recreation Director Wires address the City Commission. Thank you.
Okay. Evening, Dan.
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. This project has been before the Commission for quite some time. I would say at this point it's been over a year old. I believe it was last September. And the crux of this project is to take the Fred R. Manny Bichet room and take it and renovate it. There's flooring, there's lighting, there's paneling, there's a lot of things that are being looked at. And as you know, there's been a lot of funding pushed towards this project. And the reconfiguration portion of it is to incorporate, and I know there's a graphic in your packet to basically come out the wall of the Manny Bichet room into the arena, and that would come right underneath the existing press box and into the media deck. And the concept would be is that this area would be available through the room when the media is not in use, in using it. And this alternate addition is something that Mike Boucher, his family have been pushing for, they've been fundraising for. I know Mike is in the audience tonight, and Mike may want to have some words to it, but I would certainly support it. And it's something that they've been working on, and what this also reconfiguration is to help adjust some of the engineering and some of the design work for this, as well as incorporate the new budget that we needed to, so that we can put this project out to bid. As mentioned, I think at one other point, I believe we did take this out to bid last winter, and we did not get anyone to bid on it. So maybe it was time of the year. So this project here has kind of come full circle again with some updates, some reconfigurations, and certainly I think it's a worthwhile project, and I think it'll be a nice addition to the Polar.
Any questions of Dan? City Manager has some additional information.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for that presentation, Dan. I just wanted to highlight a few key aspects about this project and what's in front of the City Commission. The first is that there is the conceptual that's within the packet, but it's not necessarily in its final form. It is conceptual. There would be some tweaks regarding where the windows would be located relative to the door. The Sioux Tribe, additionally, has donated over $32,000 in 2% funding for this project, so certainly we recognize and appreciate their contributions in addition to the other funding that has materialized for the project and been fundraised. And just wanted to note that the room itself would be open to the public. It's not a private type of room. It would be open to the public for public use. And the walkout portion would be open for public use when not being used by the media. There are 3 recommendations that accompany this. 2 are budget related. The first in regards to the revenue, requesting a budget amendment to provide for an extra $2,000 and a budget amendment that would approve $5,000 transfer from the Polar Fundraising Committee, which approved this transfer and recommended it to the City Commission for the project. And then the third would be the recommendation that the City Commission conceptually approve the newly configured improvement project and establishing the budget of $44,400. Thank you, Mayor and Commission.
Well, thank you. And just a couple comments. You know, I see Mike is here, Mike Boucher, but the family itself, you know, and Mike, the spearheading this fundraising effort. But in discussion with Mike initially, he wanted the room, as I understand it, to be open more often. Many times the doors were not open at this point, so that hopefully with the, yeah, and you can come up, certainly, Mike. Come on. Why don't you, just to make it more available to the public. And when we look at the drawing and the concept that he's come up with, you look at the puller now with the front opening all the way to the glass, and you sit across the way and you look and you can see the doors at the puller. With the concept now with the Manny Boucher room, looking at the glass that would follow the media deck and that stuff really opens up that room to a very nice look also. So it would continue that theme, I think. And certainly Mike raised the majority of those funds and helped with the Sioux Tribe and his family. So a lot of kudos for that. And Mike, the floor is yours for a bit if you like.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate all your support. I know it's been a long time coming, and you know, like you said, I think we have a little tweaking maybe to do on some of them diagrams from what we were talking about. But I guess Jeremy Gagnon at EUP did a good job of putting something together, so we got a good visual of it. I said not only the project is what I'd like to see at the end of the day, which is down the line sometime, is with that done is to kind of roll that in or with the downstairs area and make it more of a like a hockey hall of fame, or I guess I call it a building hall of fame, I guess, because we can't leave out Hiawatha Skating Club has been there since the inception of the Polar Stadium, so, or maybe 1 year after it was built. So with the Hiawatha Skating Club and anywhere else, anybody else that uses Shriners, you know, the Shrine Circus has been there. I remember going to it as a kid, so I guess I haven't been there in a few years, but it's still going on. That type of thing, and any other thing that has gone on there. I know we had some in the past, some I think there were some tough man contests and some things like that. Sioux Boxing Club used to hold things there. So it's been kind of a community facility, and I'd like to see at the end of the day when this is all done, you know, that rolled into that where you could be a community building Hall of Fame, if you would, if you want to call it that, trophy cases, and through the years. And I'd like to recognize again, especially in my dad's room, the people that were here or did their whole lives at the Polar, if you would, you know, and there was a lot of good employees that came through there and now work at other places in the city. I don't want to name, I might miss somebody, but there's been several of them, and I worked with some of them back in the day. But the guys that I think that need to be showcased as a whole is not only with the legacy of Manny, but Johnny Boo and Harry Vincent and Jimmy Sorrow. I think he did 46 years or something with the city of Sault Ste. Marie, all at the Polar in the parks. So guys like that, I think we're probably missing a few in there, but if I go back and look at it. But I remember all those guys as a kid, and they were always at the Polar, As you know, Harry was just a fabulous skater, and you know, guys like that that need to be showcased in that room. But other parts of the, you know, the showcases downstairs, and there, I see there's trophies in them now, and maybe it could be restructured a little bit just over the years and by the generations. So so it showcases some of the older guys. I know we just lost a gentleman here not too long ago that was very involved with hockey over the years, Robert Henderson, and his family may have some stuff that could help us out there too. I've talked to one of the sons, actually he's an employee of yours, I believe, Jimmy. So guys like that just, you know, dedicated their lives to kids and youth hockey and sports and within that building, I think they need a little recognition. So hopefully we can get this project going, and as you said, I'd just like to see it utilized more. I mean, I know it's used for meetings once in a while, not so much anymore, but maybe that'll bring some more meetings back there. And so you can see the arena from the room actually. And I mean, I've an idea of designing a table too that had a glass top where pictures were down in there, so if people did come and use the and it could be something that could be taken apart, I guess, if you would, if it needed to be out of there. But for the most part, it would be a structured table with some lighting on the ends, and got some good ideas for it. Just obviously everything costs money, and have a couple guys interested in helping work on that, where you could put some pictures in it or change them or whatever from back in the 30s, 40s, and maybe some of the Red Wing era. So I guess that's my ultimate goal, is to make it for the community, and then just redo it and upgrade it, not only for Manny, but those other guys. So
Thank you.
that's all I got for you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thanks a lot, and I appreciate kind words on, I didn't generate the money, or I guess I gotta, if Chairman Paymont and Unit 1's listening out there, appreciate all their support and their funding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay. Commissioner Ostrow.
Yes, I so moved that we conceptually approve the new configured, because that's being three parts, am I not mistaken?
And individual folks on this
Yes,
one.
okay. I move that we conceptually approve the newly configured improvement project as presented and detailed within presented materials, without the media deck alternate, as that can be addressed at a later date, and update the current fiscal year budget $44,000 for this project.
It's been moved, supported. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Ostrow,
Yes.
Mayor Boswith.
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Gage.
Yes.
Motion carried. Item number 2.
Okay, I move we approve a budget amendment increasing the capital project donations revenues by $2,000 to show anticipated fundraising efforts by the Boucher family.
Support.
It's been moved, supported. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ostrow,
Yes.
Mayor Boswith.
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Gage,
Yes.
Commissioner Gary.
Yes.
Motion carried. Third.
Okay, and I move that we approve a budget amendment to transfer the recent tribal donation of 2% funds in the amount of $5,000 from the gaming fund to the capital projects fund.
Support.
It's been moved, supported. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Mayor Boswith.
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
Commissioner Gage.
Yes.
Commissioner Gary.
Yes.
Commissioner Ostrow.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
And that concludes the city manager's report. Thank you, Mayor and Commission.
Okay, thank you. Now we're into item number 5, or status reports. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Item A under status reports is for the E-Cities Award. On this, EDC Executive Director Holt is planning to present to the City Commission.
Okay, and with us tonight, Jeff Holt from the Economic Development Corporation. Evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. Thank you. Got a nice award. On November 2nd, a ceremony was held in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and by the University of Michigan College of Business, and it awarded Sault Ste. Marie a couple of awards. The first is a 5-star community award, and the second is a best practices award. The 5-star communities award, given to 90 communities in Michigan, is based on policies, growth, and community. It is measured by clustering, which includes business, property, and municipal infrastructure investment, incentives, tax rates and tax increment finance tools, and growth, which are changes in business activity and commercial construction. The Best Practices Award is given to 6 communities in the state of Michigan, along with Sault Ste. Marie, Farmington Hills, Grand Blanc, Hillsdale, Romulus, Tecumseh. And it's based on a community's message as it relates to being clear and concise, compelling, unique, and relevant to business development. This designation seeks to recognize communities that are doing great things. These are their words, not mine. Like partnering with local universities, hospitals, Michigan Works, Smart Zones, and international trade. Some of the qualities that the eCities staff are looking for are as follows. Investing in new infrastructure to add value to the community, have large concentration of commercial and industrial activity. Second, utilize tools to create investment opportunities for development. Third, construction and improvements to commercial property and revenue growth. 4, connecting businesses with community resources focused on economic development. And 5, serve as a home to skilled workforce and quality labor. This award could not be possible without the amazing and awesome staff and leadership that the city has. Thank you again to our leadership and to the departments for their valuable information and skills. And especially to City Manager Oliver Turner and Lake Superior State President Dr. Thomas Plager for their assistance in this process. And to Judy Herring, the LSSU Simulation Lab Manager. These folks were featured in a video that's 9 minutes and a little too long to show this evening. But if you log on to www.saultedc.com, that's SAULT-EDC.com, you'll be able to see this video. It's an honor to be included in these other communities. There were hundreds that applied for it, and it was a true community effort to receive these awards. I wasn't real sure that we were going to get the Best Practices Award until I got down there. And it was an honor to be part of the process and to represent our city and our community. I'd like to present this to the commission and to the mayor, and it'll be proudly displayed in our EDC offices up at the Breeder Building up on Radiant Street across from the city airport. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, and certainly congratulations to EDC, the City of Sault Ste. Marie, the Lake Superior State University, I mean, War Memorial Hospital. I mean, a number of Chamber of Commerce, a number of individual businesses, entities that all make this possible. And you really think about where we are today we've won this award a few times, but when you look at where we're going, and we're, in my mind, we're sort of on the cusp of some really neat things happening in this community, and it's been coming for a number of years, and people have invested in this community, and now things are starting to come fruition. I think the Smart Zone, the Breeder Building, the EDC, and we have the leadership in place. It just seems with the right entities and right folks that are aggressive enough and competent enough that it's all coming together. Not that it wasn't before, but it took a lot of time, and over a long period of time, I think you see some changes going on, and these all help because it puts Sault Ste. Marie on the map when you're competing with other entities, 100 or more, to be here, and now taking that and doing it with it and making it reach even further. And I think people are in place. We have a very caring community, and I think energetic community, so that I would think that going forward we're going to be looking at some really neat things, and what we've all talked about is growing wealth, and I would believe that that's going to be in the next 5 to 7 years. You're going to hopefully see some additional growth here in this community and around the Sioux area.
Well, thank you. And we've actually been one of the 6 other communities that won the Practice Award have actually reached out to us and would like to work with us because they like what they see and what we're doing. Now, who would have thought that a large community with a huge budget downstate would like to know what we're doing, and it's quite an honor to be asked, and we'll certainly work with them.
Great. Well, best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Continue going forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Item B under status reports is an update regarding various events that are happening within the downtown within the coming weeks. As Director Nepper was unable, he's on vacation actually today, so pleased to present these.
He actually gets vacation, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of doubtful he's fully stepping away, but the first is the Parade of Lights, which is going to be happening this Friday. The lineup for floats occurs at 6 o'clock behind Parker's, and the DDA is still accepting float registrations. If you'd like to have a float in the parade, please call 906-635-6973 or email info@downtownsau.org to register the float and have a chance to win first place prize for $300. The
Excellent.
parade starts at 7 o'clock, and we'll take the traditional route from Ann Street to Ashman and then over on Portage to City Hall, where the tree will be lit by the mayor and Santa Claus will be in attendance.
No, the tree's being lit by Santa Claus. Don't let him kid you.
My apologies.
You know, Santa Claus lights the tree.
And hot chocolate available from the Salvation Army. The second event is Small Business Saturday, which occurs on a Saturday following that parade, this coming Saturday, and it takes place to help highlight our downtown businesses, their contributions to the community, the sales that they have, and really all small businesses within the city. And you'll find sales of up to 50% off throughout the downtown. The third event is the Downtown Christmas Open House events, which occur on December 3rd and the 10th. And as in years past, this will include holiday hay rides and decorated wagons along Ashman and Portage. And businesses will be decorating their stores beautifully for the holidays and offering holiday snacks, appetizers, and beverages, door prizes, and gift basket registrations. And then the fourth event is Light Up the Sioux, and it's my understanding, Mayor's permission, Commission's pleasure, that Commissioner Bauer will present on this.
Sure. Commissioner Bauer.
Sure. We've been doing Light Up the Sioux now for several years. I think this is the third or the fourth, I lose track.
Third year? Fourth?
Fourth? Might be the fourth.
Okay.
Is it the fourth? Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Well, time flies when
Yes,
you're
it
having
does.
fun, right? But yeah, it's our fourth go at Light Up the Sioux. I would invite everyone to participate in whatever way they can. I mean, we open up the Tower of History throughout the Christmas season. It's a beautiful view from up there. I would encourage anyone, not just on the island, but citywide, to put their lights up. Last year we had probably more homes lit up than I can ever remember. Of course, the weather was a little bit conducive to that, and now we've got a little bit of a freeze, so that might put the damper on things just a hair. But there are prizes that will be awarded. I know that the postcards have been out and in the mail, and a lot of people have received those. And I know that a lot of people with the city, Dan and his crews, in regards to getting the decorations on the puller, and Tim Kortzel is back at it. I see that the sleigh is back on the City Hall lawn, and the tree, which we got a lot of positive feedback on last year, is going to be even better this year. So every year it grows, and that's the way it was intended to be. And so I would invite everyone to go up in the Tower of History this year and check it out from above. A lot of towns in northern Michigan, and actually a lot of towns nationwide, do have their own light up. And what was really, what this whole event is predicated on is the fact that we've got a view that you really can't get anywhere else, and that is the view from above. So it's a wonderful view, and it's open for 2 weeks. So I would encourage everyone, whenever they get the time, to take their family out and check it out. I will, one other thing. Is that the Katmai Bay, which has they lit up a couple of years ago, and then I think they were actually gone last year. But they have a brand new CO. Tony Burley, who was with the CAT a couple of years ago, is back as CO as of, I think, Friday. And so maybe I should talk to him about getting the lights back on if they're going to be in the, because that was kind of nice too. So
Just a comment too, I had several calls about the Corps of Engineers when the locks were lit up a few years ago when they had a number of trees and the white one that was in the corner of the loop down by the Ojibwe. And talking with Kevin Sprague, the local engineer here for the Corps, they weren't able to do it last year and he's not sure this year, but he wants to talk to Justin, the DDA, and maybe going forward they can arrange some kind of a cooperative effort that they can hopefully, and people used to like you drive along the lock area and you could see all that along with Light Up the Sioux, so we'll continue to pursue that going forward. So.
And two, of course, Community Action Agency behind big light up of the Avery Square, inside and out.
And yes.
They've got, if you don't make it a part of your holiday tradition to go into Avery Square there and take a look at all the trees that they put up. It's really, really nice.
And each year it gets better and better.
It does.
Yeah. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. And just to highlight the dates of Light Up the Sioux, it's beginning approximately December 16th. It's $4 for adults, $2 for children 6 to 18, $10 for families, and it's free for those 5 and under. The times are from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. daily, except for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And just a reminder, you can register to participate and possibly win prizes at www.saultstmarie.com.
Okay, and the $4 is and $10 for the family is to go up the Tower of History at that point. Okay, to see it from above by 220 feet, I believe. Great view. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
No, that concludes that item.
Okay.
Item C under status reports is an update on the overnight parking ban and winter parking restrictions. On this, I've requested that Police Captain John Larson present to the City Commission.
Okay. Evening, John.
Good evening. Just a reminder to all the citizens and any visitors we have in town, effective December 1st will be the overnight parking ban and winter parking restrictions. They are put in place, obviously, for snow removal in the wintertime. Due to our more mild temperatures we're having right now, the officers will use discretion in the beginning part of this snow season. If we are not getting snow, they will not issue citations. But people have to keep in mind that once the snow falls, whether it is after you go to bed and the snow needs to be removed, any vehicles left on the roadway during the ban hours of 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. will be given a citation. So it's just a reminder that it's coming into effect December 1st, and we will do our best to address the issue as it comes up with the lack of snow at this time.
Thank you. Any questions of Captain? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
Thanks.
That concludes the status report sections of the agenda. Thank you, Mayor and Commission.
Okay, thank you. Item number 6 are matters presented by the public. Is there anyone in the audience like to make comment at this time? Okay, hearing none, we'll go to item number 7, matters presented by the City Commission. Commissioner Bauer.
Since we're talking about winter and Christmas and holiday things, one thing that we should probably mention, because this is going to occur before we meet again, and that is that the annual magical dinner for hospice coming up the weekend of December 2nd and 3rd. And will you be?
It's a 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
sure?
looking at. I'm wrong because I'm looking at November.
Oh,
It is
okay. I was
the
going to say, because my ticket
second,
for the third.
second, third, and 4th. It's back to 3 days. It went from 2 days last year back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You doing Sunday?
I normally do Sunday, and I'm not able to do it this year, but the Mayor Pro Tem Don Gary and his wife Jamie will be the Lord and Lady of the Manor. And it's Don's, I think, first time at the Madrigal, and it's a tremendous, you will really enjoy it. It's a tremendous activity. But yeah, I'm not able to be there this year. But thank you.
Sure thing.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if Don is the Lord, then Lord have mercy on our souls.
Anyone else? Commission. Certainly don't forget the Parade of Lights, again, starting at 7 o'clock from I guess it would be Ann Street, and coming down here to the City Hall, and lighting of the Christmas tree by Santa Claus. Certainly, again, like to thank those people that are involved in putting that together. At this point, Commissioner Bauer, I guess we are ready to adjourn.
Yes, so move that we adjourn this
Support.
meeting.
So move supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were double parked.